going to be part 2 of replacing the brakes and rotors on this 2018 Chevy Malibu LT with a 1.5 turbocharged engine, and let's get back to it. First thing we're going to do is clean the rotor down with some brake parts cleaner. We're going to be removing residue from this. Okay, and now for the other side. And I did have it on the concrete here a bit ago, but really should have it on something a little bit more softer, like some cardboard, to protect the rotor. We don't want to get any stones or anything like that on this or in this, as that could definitely destroy the rotor. Definitely want to keep that clean. So apparently these do have rust inhibitor on them, which is the stuff that we want to be getting off here. Okay, so I'm going to get this rotor on now. And we're going to be using the T30 that we've got here. We're going to be putting back in. Make sure these will on here. Sure not to cross thread this. Definitely want to make sure that it's going in straight and easily. You can normally tell if something's being cross thread or not. From this angle. And this way. Tight. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the caliper on, or at least the caliper bracket. We've already got the original brake shims in there. You can see those right there. That's how they go. Hopefully it's not too blurry. And you want to coat the brake shims with some of this. It's a brake parts lubricant. So you're just going to use some of this, and you're just going to coat just those little areas there, because the brakes will be sliding along that. So you want to make sure that is well lubricated on both sides. Another thing I did before doing this, when I had the brake shims off, was get a wire brush and just clean the caliper bracket and get all the rust and brake dust off that. Make sure wear a mask when you're doing that, and make sure both sides have been cleaned with the wire brush. Alright, so we're going to be putting this onto the rotor here, and I'm just going to get this into position here. Okay, so before we get this caliper bracket on there, one thing we do have to do is also pull out these little bolts here. And when I pulled these out earlier, they were actually dry, there was no grease in them. You do want to grease those up and just use the same stuff that's in here, just to make sure it's got a lot on it. And then put it back in and push it all the way down like that. So I did that to both these sides, and that way they're well lubricated. Some of the brake parts lubricant to the back of the brake pads. It's going to be just this area here. You don't want to get it on the actual brake pads themselves, so make sure that that part stays clean. You don't want to put them on the ground like that. Oh, sorry guys, you don't want to put them on the ground at all. Try and keep them on something like a rag or something soft. Okay. Things on that, so I'm just going to give it a quick little dose here. See, but I'll try to get in here as best I can. Okay, that is in. Alright, I'll try and get a close-up for you here so you can see that. That is clear enough and not too out of focus there. Alright, so that's how that should look. Now we're going to get the caliper that we've got balancing up here, and we're going to be compressing that. So we've got a little kit here that we're going to be using, and we're going to be attaching it here and compressing that in so we can then put this over the top of the caliper bracket. So we're doing that next. this is our disc, brake pad and caliper service kit here, and item number 61381, and we're going to be using this particular one right here to use on the Malibu. Okay, so it's positioned on there, and you're just going to turn it in in a clockwise position like that, and as you turn it, it's going to compress. Eventually compress. Hang on a second. Gotta get that lined up. Okay, there we go. Gotta make sure it stays on there while you're turning it. Otherwise, it comes off very easily. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's just see if that's compressed enough. Okay, so a slight correction here. The caliper bracket actually goes on the side here, and I had put it on the other side, and I was like, what is going on? It is not connecting on the back like it should. So it makes sense. It actually goes on the side here. And now we can actually get those bolts in.
It's not inside.
Okay, so just got the ratchet on the back here, and it's going to be tightening up that bolt right here. And then the other one is down in there. That one there is the second one we're going to be doing. So I'll likely have to use two hands at some point. But for now, we're good. Okay, so to get that bottom one, we're going to add the extension, and then we'll add the 18mm, which is here. Okay, so we're going to come at it from underneath here, like that, and actually I'm going to have to break them on the side. In through here. And on there like that. Alright, that gives you a lot more clearance down there for using that ratchet. Otherwise, if it's too short, you can't turn it. So it is turning there. I'll put my camera down here for a moment while I finish this up. Okay, so I've just pushed the brake caliper on over the brake pads, and we're going to be getting in here. I don't know if you can see that. Right here we'll be putting a small bolt in here, so that's what we'll be doing next. And there's also one underneath it as well on that back side, so we'll do that now. Okay, so these are the little ones that are going to go on the back here. They go in through that caliper and into the caliper bracket here. A little hard to do one-handed. I just have to put this down and use both hands. Okay, so this other little nut here is turning while I'm doing it, so you're going to have something to hold that while you're actually turning this one like this. And hopefully that other one will stay there, but there's no guarantees. We'll just keep doing this while we can. And then the other one's probably going to fall off any second. Okay, so far so good. If you don't have that other one there, it's going to just keep spinning and you're not going to be able to tighten that up at all. Okay, so now it's time to get the wheel up on here and make sure that they're all lined up with the studs and push it on. So you want to be sitting down on a mat and kind of be really close to the wheel, because you need to be able to have everything kind of lined up ready, and then you're just going to pick it up and slot it in there. Okay, got this lined up, and kind of just help to get my feet under there and use my feet to help lift it, and then just push it in. Okay, so now you want to get the lug nuts on and just hand thread it like this, and you sort of go opposites as best as you can. Okay, another couple here laying around. Okay. And once these are all hand threaded, then we're going to use something and just tighten those down. Alright, so we've got ourselves a ratchet, and we've just got our 19mm on there, and we're just going to get that on. Okay, so we'll do that one first. Take it off, go opposite, like that. It wants to kind of turn back sometimes, so sometimes you actually do need a second hand to do this. There we go, that one is on. Okay. Wheel is back on and the job is finished, and not perfect. It is my first time doing this, so I kind of messed up a little bit here and there, but on the whole it's all done, it's all fixed, and that is the main thing. And next time I do the brakes, I'll probably hopefully do it a little better. So this is my son's car, so hopefully brakes are all good. I'll have to test it out just to make sure as well before I hand the car back to him. But thanks for watching.